Hi, I'm a Whig.
And I'm a Fed.
So, how do you feel about the immigration issues facing California?
I'm excited about the Federalist Party's visa programs. They're going to promote legal immigration and stimulate our economy. How do you feel?
Well, I haven't really thought about that myself.
That's cool. You know, the Federalist Party has a concrete plan to solve our huge budget deficit. What are the Whigs planning?
Deficit?
Yeah, it's when the state is spending more than it's bringing in.
Oh. You know, where do you get that stuff? We don't have that stuff at Wigdos.
It's just part of thinking Federalist.
In a letter to James Madison, a fellow Federalist Thomas Jefferson wrote, "I set out on this ground which I suppose to be self-evident, that no man can make a perpetual constitution or even perpetual law, that the society will always belong the living generation. Gentlemen, today, that's us. As Federalists, we believe it's in our power and our obligation to remake the world in our image, to reflect our beliefs and our missions and our hope. Let me explain what we believe. We believe that every Californian has the right to an education. For decades, the California and UC system has been the single greatest university system, not only in the country, but in the entire world. The UC and Cal State systems are the envy of every other state in the Union. And today, they're being cut to the bone. Today, they cost more than $30,000 a year for Californians paying into the system to fund those same very schools. It's not right. Not only is it getting more expensive, but Jerry Brown's budget announced yesterday new cuts to UC programs. But that's today, and it doesn't have to be tomorrow. This state needs higher education. We need higher education, and we're here to say that education is a right, not a privilege, and that every son and daughter in California deserves the opportunity to go to college. With this, we can make tomorrow. Now, on to our issues here at Boise State. First, as we're all acutely aware, we need women. The Federalists will fight hard so that future Boise Staters will never suffer the same lonely fight that we did. Second, we've all spent plenty of time this week standing in that line looking at empty tables while we're being held up. We promise to get that line moving. Third, how is it that billiards is a sport and soccer still isn't organized? The Federalists will assure this travesty never occurs again at Boise State. Nationally, our federal government is in crisis. Our country is almost $15 trillion in debt, and you and I didn't run up that bill, but we're going to have to pay it off. We all know that if we don't both cut spending and raise revenue, we are in serious trouble. We know that if we don't act, none of us will see a dime of Social Security when we retire. In order to solve these problems, our generation needs to have its voice heard, and now. We believe that one man is entitled to one vote, and that sacred right cannot be determined by the number of zeros in one's bank account. We need real campaign finance reform so that politicians are responsive to the people, not just Donald Trump and George Soros. Abroad, the world is changing fast, and the United States needs to be a leader in supporting democracy and human rights across the globe. That means supporting the Green Revolution in Iran, Syria, and Egypt, and the reform movements in Russia and China. Our great advantages make it our unique duty to help those who don't live in freedom. Our neighbors in Mexico are fighting a war against the drug cartels that have brought that country to the brink of disaster. We believe that the United States can help reestablish the rule of law through judicial and legislative reforms that will help Mexico prosper both socially and economically, providing new opportunities for economic relationships with our state and our country. All right, so I'm going to shut up now, but I have to say one more thing. Together, we can accomplish things that our parents' generations only dreamed of, but we can't rely on anyone else to do this for us. For too long, our country has been kicking our problems down the road and skating on the achievements of yesterday. We can make this a better state and a better country. We are the ones who are going to do it, you and me. Tomorrow needs to be better, and it can be better and it will be better if we take it in our hands as Federalists. Thank you.
Hi again, I'm a Fed.
And I'm a Fed too.
Whig, what are you doing?
I'm accessorizing.
So why do you need all the name tags?
Well, I want to represent my favorite party at Boise State.
Actually, You don't really need all those. It's that easy as voting Federalist.
Oh.
So how'd you get all those anyways?